this chair. I hate my chairs lately too, man. I've been wanting to get some new computer chairs.
Dude, I need to get
I can't
one.
stand my computer chair right now.
I feel it. Yo, what's going on, Rock Squad? Welcome back to Keep On Rolling Podcast. This is episode 12. We're live with Dak Hombre himself.
What's going on, guys? This is my second one I've ever been on, right? So I've been on. I'm pretty sure I was on the first one ever.
Were you on?
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like this might be your third one.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because like we had the very first one and then we had, pretty sure we had a second one. But regardless, we're here. So, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Oh man.
What are you doing? You remember that the fuzzy little man page?
No.
What do you? No. Old Greg. What are you doing fishing in me waters? Dude, that video shaped my childhood.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos that shaped everyone's childhood.
What a weird time to just be alive.
Right. Have you ever seen Rusty Spoons? I like to touch Rusty Spoons.
Yeah, salad fingers.
Yeah.
Very weird videos when we were little.
Right.
What was one? I was watching a video the other day and it was on I can't remember the specific video I was talking about, but something that just reminded me of that. It was the special episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog after the Aliens episode of Scooby-Doo. That movie where they were like aliens and you remember that one where they were like digging up, I don't know, something to do with like crystals and Scooby-Doo, and it ended up being these kids were like aliens and stuff. But after that movie was on, that special episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog would come on, and it was the one of like King Tut's tomb or something like that, where the dude's like moving across the desert like real slowly, and he's got the.
Oh, what the?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I've seen that episode.
Bro, okay, hold on. I gotta find that video real quick because it's.
Yeah, I used to be like deathly terrified of Courage the Cowardly
Yeah,
Dog.
bro.
Dude, like that show was insane. Insane. I think that's what fueled a lot of my nightmares as a kid.
Bro, I just realized that Courage the Cowardly Dog's name is Courage, but he's a cowardly dog. Like courage as in like I've never like sat and thought about, oh my god.
Dude, that is kind
this. You don't remember seeing that in your childhood?
Yeah, okay. I don't think I've seen the full episode.
And he's like, return the mask. And he's like, dude, I hate it.
Dude, it was such a scary show.
It's called King Ramses Tomb. Bro, it's terrifying.
Dude, I mean, see, there's like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yo, what up, Josiah? How's it going, brother?
What's happening? Dude, Josiah's a real one. He's always in here.
Bless Josiah. But, no, there was like, Foster Home for Imaginary Friends. That was a good one.
That was a great one. I love that.
I forget
the Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's the one. Oh, there it is. Oh, dude's talking about it. Disgusting.
Jeez.
Bro, I hate it.
Dude, it's spooky.
I hate it. It's spooky now.
Spooky.
I can't read that. I lost my glasses.
Returns. Yeah.
Return the slab.
I need to make. I wish you could make this bigger and more readable.
Return the slab. King Rams. Yes. Episode's cursed. See? He knows.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrifying.
Dude, honestly, Courage the Cowardly Dog as a series is cursed, in my opinion.
Bro, what the hell was that show?
I know. Like, who thought of that and who came up with, like, everything about it? Like, and it's such an outrageous cartoon.
That was something in the SpongeBob where they would have, like, really real, like, close-ups or, like, where they would have, like, somebody's mouth, like, over a character's, like, anime. I like how they did that. That's like that dude that was encouraged with the big white head. He was like somebody's face, but it was like all animated around him.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dang.
What a wild time to just grow up.
Right.
I wish I'd have grown up earlier though.
Yeah, I wish I would have grew up like early 90s at the latest. Like if I grew up in the 70s, that'd be insane.
Bro, if I like grew up in like born in like the 60s, grew up in the 70s, like
God, be a time. It would definitely be a time.
dude, my dad was born in 63.
Yeah. He's seen a thing or two.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Damn, so he'd have been like 16 like right about the 80s. So like all through the 80s he was just partying.
Dude. Man.
And he yells at me. I know what you've been doing.
Why did put 3D animations in a 2D slow? It was... Yeah, honestly, though. 3D anime, like, I think Encourage is talking about.
Oh, yeah, it was wild. He said it was so effed. Yeah, because it made everything, like, real.
It's crazy stuff. And, like, the things people can do with cartoons nowadays.
But it looks worse than it did back then. I think the cartoons today are animated, like, worse than they used to be, for sure. 100%.
All right.
Like, Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? That shit was bussin'. That was like the greatest time of my childhood. Jimmy Timmy Power Hour was the best. And like when they brought Jimmy into Timmy's world, like it looked good. Like the animation back then was good. It's like 3D looking, like looked cool. Nowadays you got like, what's that one? The Loud House. Have you seen that on Nickelodeon? It's like all 2D, like cardboard looking.
Yeah, I don't really care for that show.
Even SpongeBob looks disgusting nowadays. Have you seen a new episode of SpongeBob?
Dude, yeah. It's so over-animated.
I heard there's some gems in the new SpongeBob,
really?
though. Like, some gems.
We got to sit down and find them. Oh, we got to get Paramount Plus.
Oh, God.
I hate that. Dude, you realize how much stuff they're going to take off of, like, Netflix
Bro,
and everything?
It's on Amazon. SpongeBob's on Amazon Prime, I think.
Damn.
So.
Not for much longer. Paramount Plus is going to... Oh, God, bro. Going to buy all the contracts.
Disgusting.
It's crazy. Like, I don't think cable will be here in, like, probably another couple years.
Oh, no. Our kids will not grow up with cable.
Yeah.
They have nothing to offer. And the commercials are just I hate, dude. I did not even remember commercials existed. Yeah. And then I'll be, like, looking at the weather. And then, like, commercial come on and be like, what? What? Did you just turn the channel? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Not doing it. Cable won't last.
Right.
And streaming, you can stream in the car. Can't take cable in the car.
Exactly. Spectrum keeps upping their prices, thinking that they're all slick.
Yeah, Spectrum's getting expensive.
Stupid, bro. It's stupid. Like, we don't even have cable anymore.
Really?
Yeah, not a single lick of cable.
What do you watch?
We got Roku.
Oh, I keep telling Dad to get a Roku.
Yeah, dude.
Roku is the way to go.
It's the wave. My aunt got one. She's like, you guys got to get one. It's awesome.
Jailbreak it, and you can watch anything.
I mean, honestly, I'm happy with what we have right now.
He's like, no, I don't need to break the law.
Well, I mean, I jailbroke my iPod forever ago.
I never did. I never
really?
jailbroke an iPod or an iPhone.
Dude, they're getting hard to find tutorials on now.
Really?
Like, people are like losing reasons to even jailbreak anymore because you got widgets now.
Yeah, man.
And it's like there's a screen recorder built into your phone now. That's why everybody jailbroke to begin with, was to get a screen recorder.
Yeah.
That's why I jailbroke.
What even was jailbreaking?
It basically just, it was like kind of like a black market app store for apps.
But why didn't they just make the shit do that in the beginning? Like, they knew that all these people were breaking the law to do it, and it was capable of doing it.
Right.
Why didn't they just do it?
Exactly.
Imagine how advanced our phones would be now if they started giving it to us then.
Dude, I wouldn't even, like, it'd probably be holograms by now.
Selfish. Dude, I'm gonna, like, you know how I FaceTime, like, everybody?
Yeah.
Dude, in, like, 10 years, I'm gonna FaceTime you, and I'm gonna pop up out of here, like in Star
on
Wars.
The Apple Watch.
Bro,
That'd be sick.
Bro! Dude, you could never FaceTime anybody naked.
Yeah, that wouldn't be, yeah. 3D image. Call you in 4K, bro.
Oh, bro! That's insane, because that's really gonna happen.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. Yo, Nate's back in town.
Really?
Yeah, like, he's here. He's, like, wanting to hang out with people today.
Bet.
We need to hit him up.
All right.
Super off topic. Sorry about that. That was just remembered. But,
that was great collaboration.
What a time, man. I never realized, like, how perfectly we are, like, growing up, though. Like, yeah, it would have been cool to be born in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. but like we're born right at the beginning of like the technological era. Like we'll be able to see pretty much like we didn't see the first phone and shit like that, but like pretty much where things started getting like crazy. And by the time we're like 80, we're gonna be able to see like all of that. Now, granted, it's gonna be far beyond us. When we die, shit's gonna be way crazier. But I'm glad that we started kind of at the beginning of like the whole cycle, just to be able to see. Like Elon Musk just tweeted about the Neuralink, about how like did you see the monkey?
Huh.
They put a chip in him, and they started out with he would have a joystick, and he had to move the dot. There was like it was like a 6x6 grid of squares.
Oh, you're talking like when he was like
touching. No. So like a dot would appear, and he would take his joystick and he would move the dot into like the screen that's like lit up. Well, then they took the controller, unplugged the controller, and put the Neuralink and hooked it up to the thing. And he would move it because he thought that he was moving the stick, but the stick was turned off, so he was moving the dot with his brain. So then they took that away, and you remember the old like Nintendo game Pong? They gave him a Pong, and he was playing Pong, and then took the controller away, and he was moving and playing Pong with just his brain, like hooked up to that. And that's Neuralink's like how many, like 6 years old? Imagine, and Elon said like eventually they're going to be able to take like people who are on wheelchairs that lost feeling in their leg and give them their legs back, like make the neurons in your like brain fire to your legs again.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like cybernetic enhancement is like now.
See, it's crazy, but it's also so scary.
It's so scary because like one EMT blast and you're back to being crippled.
Yeah.
Like the control on that would be, I don't know, but like, isn't that crazy though? Is crazy. That's insane. Like I could literally start and stop this video without touching anything, just thinking about the video stopping, and it would be stopped. Damn. You imagine what we're literally going to be like superheroes. Like we're gonna have telekinesis. See, pretty much.
Like think about the people that could use that for evil, though.
Yeah, like no, yes. Like, forward thinking invites like basically any extreme technological advancement also incites like extreme control or
humanity doom.
Yeah,
like, we're just because honestly, I think we'll probably see almost the end of the human race by the time we're about to die. Just think about like with everything going on with like. Global warming. Like I know you're not too crazy about that.
I don't believe in global. The world has cooled and thawed like 3 times, before the humans were even like a thing. So I'm not worried about it heating up because eventually it's just gonna freeze again.
True, but like
the ice age melted.
But what if it heats up so much it's like the Terminator?
The Terminator.
Like while we're here, like how, like we all just melt.
What? No. We can't heat. The sun's not close enough for that to happen. The sun will eventually, if the world, I don't know if humans will last this long, but the sun will eventually expand to where it engulfs the earth. So if we don't kill each other, eventually, thousands and millions of years from now, if the human exists, oh my God, you imagine what humans would look like then? Dude. Like how our hands, we would probably morph into like a different being by then.
Probably.
But either way, the sun will eventually, no, I don't believe in global warming. I believe that we are littering and like our trash is killing the coral reef, and I think humans as a species are disgusting, but I don't believe in global warming. Like how like driving a car is worse than whatever. I don't believe in that, but I do believe that like we need to stop littering and stop like polluting as much as in like trash, like landfills and stuff like that. Right. But I think that like cars and stuff are clean and emissions and stuff are good enough that that a car was invented other than like quicker transportation. Because so many horses and stuff were being used that the farts from the horses were like destroying our ozone.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's why the Green New Deal wants to like kill like all our cattle and shit, because like the cows are like farting and like destroying the ozone, blah blah blah. God. It's all a scam, dude. It's not like government like I don't believe in. I just believe that there is like bigger shit going on in the world, like aliens and shit 100%. In our government, that I think like everybody that like controls us, like news agencies and stuff like that, there is a higher power. Not like higher power isn't God. I'm saying there's somebody pulling the strings and like polluting us with like, because social media is toxic. It's terrible for us. The news media is only fucking powered down. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. But they like
demonetized.
They really stress like the bad things going on in the world, when really it's not that bad. It's just pumped all the negativity to us. Right. And negative thinking really does affect your brain. So, like, I go in and I see that, like, somebody was shot and killed. And I'm like, man, like that sucks. Like we're really like as a species, we really need to like work on being nicer to each other. And then I get to work and like I'm just in a bad mood, and then that character, like if you watch negative shit all the time, you're in a negative state of mind all the time, which feeds into all points of your life. So like Lincoln said, a house divided cannot stand. So if they keep pushing like race and religion and all this stuff that divides us, we'll never be unified as a country, let alone a world, because it's easier to control and manipulate us if we have no idea what the hell's going on. Like honestly, and I know this, like there are racist people out there.
Yeah,
I know
100%.
there are. But have you specifically ever had any problems with anybody because of the color of their skin, or vice versa? Has anybody ever had a problem with you for being white?
No.
Me either. I have, and I know this is the thing that everybody uses, but like I have black friends, I have Asian friends, like I have friends from all cultures, all races, all like whatever. Like if you're gay, I have gay friends, I have lesbian friends, like I have friends from everywhere.
As long as it doesn't personally affect me.
Exactly. Like, they're not trying to shove it in my, like, they're not trying to be like, well, you need to be happy that I'm gay. I am happy you're gay.
Yeah, they're like trying to force it on me. Like, nah.
Yeah, like my sister is bi. And, like, that's awesome. But, like, she's not like, you have to, like, you have to use my, like, pronouns and stuff. Like, if you want those pronouns, I respect you. Like, if you're a girl, tell me. Like, tell me to call you a girl and I'll call you a girl. But don't, like, force me to be like, you need to have that in your bio. Like, you need to do this. Like, that's impeding on me. I'm not like, you need to like me because I'm white. I didn't ask for this. Like, I'm just white. This is me. Like, I can't choose. I can choose how I think. And I don't think anybody is a terrible person for anything. Like, even, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like to me. Like, I don't care. My little sister's black. But even then, like, it's just trashy people. I don't like, people who are entitled and are, like, garbage human beings, like, liars.
Yeah.
Just, like...
Dude, anybody that's entitled, like, they're just...
Yeah, like, we have people come through the drive-thru all the time, and they just, like, expect... like stuff. Like the other day a lady came through and she's like, can I get ranch? And I was like, yeah, it's 69 cents extra. And she's like, I'm not swiping my card twice for 69 cents. And I was like, okay, well, like I still need money. So she gave me cash. So I give her our food, and then I close the window and she like knocks on the window and she's like, can I have my onion ring sauce? And I was like, yeah, we have barbecue, honey mustard, ranch, whatever. And she's like, it doesn't come with them. And I was like, no, we don't have like a certain like sauce for our onion rings, so we just have all these, and they're all like 35 or 69 cents extra. And she freaked out and was like yelling at me, and I was like, I have to pay the 69 cents too. Like, just because I work there doesn't mean I get them for free. It's like, she was like freaking out, and I was like, why are you like entitled that I have to like give you this sauce? Like, everybody pays this.
Right.
And I just like people that are just expecting, and they get mad when they don't get what they want, because like most people have been hand fed, like spoon fed their whole life. Like,
for real.
You might have it rough like growing up, but like when you get older, just because you've been through rough shit or like whatever, like don't expect anybody to like hand you shit in life. Like, no handouts. You like work for what you want and get it. Like, I didn't work for 2 years and I didn't get shit. Like, now that I'm back to work, my life is like falling back into place because like I'm actively making daily decisions to like better myself.
Right.
Like you and I going to the store and buying like healthy food instead of going out and eating like junk food.
Exactly. Fast food's poisonous anyway.
Dude,
Like,
honestly,
there's zero nutrition. I ate McDonald's breakfast the other day with you.
Yeah.
Was hungry like not even an hour later.
Not even like harping on the whole like McDonald's is fake food, like it won't rot or whatever, but like it really doesn't rot, bro.
Right.
I'll eat McDonald's food. I do. Sometimes it's good. Like the other day, I ate a fish sandwich, and I was like, this shit's bussin'.
A McChicken's always slapping.
But it's not healthy. Like, you can't tell me something that doesn't rot for 20 years.
Right. Yeah.
That's not healthy. Yeah. It can't be.
There's so many preservatives and just...
And, like, Burger King's on that whole, like, man-made meat burgers now. Like, don't kill the cattle, whatever.
Yeah. What are you making it from?
F that, bro.
What are you making it with?
I'm not eating man-made meat.
For real?
No. We have cows and stuff for a reason. On the same note, and on non-serial killer notion, humans have to be good, like cooked.
Why you gotta bring it?
Because, hold on.
What the hell?
They do, though. Like, cows taste good, chickens taste good, alligator tastes good, people eat snakes, people eat monkeys, people eat every animal on Earth. Humans have to taste like other animals, right? I'm not saying I'm going to go out and eat somebody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for the conversation's sake, we have to like cooked it up, a little saute, throw a little seasoning on there.
Obviously it depends on diet. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah, I'm sure if that person's ate McDonald's their whole life and they're disgusting and most of their body is fat, but some lean meat, bro, it has to be.
Some dude just roided it out. Like,
Arnold walks in, you just take a slab of bicep. Bro, I'm telling you, the ham hockers, bro.
Dude.
You're telling me if it's cooked right, Gordon Ramsay's in here filleting up a butt cheek.
Bro.
It has to be good.
Sign me up.
It's got to taste like chicken or like cow, beef. Honestly, it has to taste like beef.
It's probably pork chops.
It just has to be. But anyway, like back to, like, I 110% believe that like we're fed this stuff to keep us divided.
Right.
Do I think like the young African American boys getting shot by cops? That's terrible. But that doesn't mean every cop is terrible. Andrew Ford, bro, one of the coolest dudes I've ever met, ever.
Really, and he's changing the system.
Yes, and he's all for like Black Lives Matter, and he's all for like all of that, like be yourself, like all this stuff. And he literally is in police academy. Like I think he just got accepted into the academy.
He's a cop in
like
Lex now.
Yeah, he's like a full-fledged cop. Like every cop is still a human being, and like I think that like when you give someone that power, it enhances who they truly are. So if there's somebody who's like an angry dude at home and like a short fuse, when you give them that badge, they're still going to be that angry dude with a short fuse, but now they have authority. So they want to like really push it. But the cops that are like good dudes and are actually trying to make a change and are getting shot at for $12 an hour, they're like good dudes. Like you've seen pictures of like cops being in like really shitty neighborhoods and playing basketball with all the kids, or like bringing bottles of water to kids that are like thirsty. Like there are good cops. There with anything, there's good and there's bad. Like there are good people out there, but there's also really bad people out there. There's always going to be like the yin to your yang, like.
Right.
And I'm sure like
crazy, dude. I feel like everything's so much more black and white these days. Like you can see it. Like
yeah, because like we're just so divided, but at the end of the day, like we really do have like the same thing. Like at the end of the day, like I might get hate for this or whatever, but like you cannot fight me. There's no argument against this. All lives matter, no matter what. Like it doesn't matter who you are. Your life matters. You're here for a reason.
I'm not even saying like race. I'm just saying it's easy to see among everybody.
And that's what I'm saying. But like at the end of the day, we all have the same goal, and like it does. Like you look at somebody and it's either this or that. Like it doesn't have to be as complicated as everybody's making it. But I feel like everybody just needs a reason to complain because nobody's happy. So you hate to see other people happy because you're jealous. Like it all stems from jealousy, whether you want to admit it or not. When I started meditating and stuff, I realized I'm a very jealous person. Most of my hatred towards people stemmed from jealousy. So like if I looked at somebody and I was like, that guy's a douchebag, like, oh, revving your car. Deep down inside, I'm like, damn, like I kind of wish I had that car.
Damn,
like, you know,
that's my hero.
No, not, yeah. I mean, not as much, but like, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of something that would have been like really shallow that I'd have thought like back in the day. I don't know, like a lot of that, like with somebody with like, I'd be like, oh, that car, like screw that car, like that car sucks, like oh my god, I hate that car. In reality, I'm like, damn, like I wish I had a car to talk about like that and drive and stuff like that. Most of your problems stem from jealousy. They just do. Like when you see somebody at the gym and you're like, oh, that guy's a douchebag. Most of the time when I think that, I'm like, damn, I'd like to look like that because they're like yoked.
I don't really get jealous though. Like I
don't anymore. I used to be a very jealous person. I used to I still let my emotions get the better of me sometimes.
I was always jealous of people that wore like name brand stuff. And like once I finally got name brand, I felt like so much more confident, which was so stupid.
I never had that problem growing up. And I didn't even get name brand stuff. Like before I was like 15, I just shop at like the children's place because I was so small back then. So like I didn't get to wear name brand. I just never really, like I still say, if I got rich today, I would probably still buy like American Eagle. I just like American Eagle pants and stuff. And I would probably still wear Vans. I mean, I would go out and buy, I would never buy like Gucci slides or anything like that.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, that's the name brand that I wanted in school. Like, I wore like, you know, Walmart shoes, Kmart shoes. Okay. I was like, dude, I want Nikes. I want this. I want that. Yeah. Because that person's got this and that person's got that. But like,
I was like that with tech. Like, I always wanted an iPad. Everybody had an iPad and I didn't have an iPad. And I felt like so, like, just lame because everybody had an iPad.
Right.
See, that's another thing. Like, we're letting, like, material items drive, like, our happiness.
What is that?
That's work. I gotta.
Well,
Hello.
interference. Jeez. Anyway, while we wait for Dak Hombre to deal with his work stuff, thank you to the 4 people watching, by the way. It's going to be hard to remember what we were talking about before he got that call, but there's 2 Grind Gaming Shaker Cups left. I have a link in the description down below if you guys want to grab one, you know. I'll even sign it if you'd like. I'm throwing in 2 Grind stickers with each of them. So, yeah, once we sell these 2, we'll be ordering in the next inventory for the shop. We got some new stuff coming out. I sent away a few emails to see what it looks like, so I don't know. We'll see. Possibly some notebooks, maybe some sunglasses. Who knows? Some different stuff. We've done 2 batches of the shakers. We got the black and yellow, we got the black and white. Now it's time to see something else, you know what I mean? You can also use code GrindLife with a 3 to get 10% off Mixed Energy. MixedEnergy.net. Oh, man. That is delicious. I have no idea what he's even talking about. Well, this is awkward. I guess I could talk about East Coast Viking real quick. East Coast Viking is a series coming out very soon on my channel. Hopefully towards the end of this summer, we'll be finishing up filming the first season. Basically, if you guys don't know, like, I was in an X-Gear commercial dressed as a Viking, and ever since then I've just kind of like thought about introducing a Viking character to my channel. So I kind of came up with East Coast Viking, and it's going to have, like, you know, Dak, Clay, possibly my parents and my sister. Like, it's going to be kind of like a reality show type deal, and I think it'll turn out pretty sick.
Okay, sorry.
What was that about?
Well, I got the job, right?
Yeah.
But because I gave them a physical copy of my social and stuff, they need me to go on Indeed and fill out the application on there so they can do my background check. So I got the job, but they need to do my background check. And they can't do that unless they have, like, the online copy.
So many steps.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, where do I do that? And they're like, Indeed. And I was like, oh, my God. I said, can I just, like, breeze through it since I already have the job? They're going to be like, why do you want the job? And I'm like, I already got it. I'm just trying to get this done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Got to apply for a job I've already got.
Thanks. I don't know what we were talking about before you got that call.
We were talking about how, like, just everything that's fed to us through, like, the like news and stuff like that is just negative, and life really isn't that bad. They just want us to think it is.
Yeah, facts.
But I do believe that there's, like, bigger shit going on out there, so, like, a bunch of that stuff doesn't really matter to me. I mean, it matters. Like, I don't know how to say this without, like...
I feel like nothing really matters.
Yeah.
Like, nothing really matters, honestly. Like,
Nothing.
Politicians are all puppets.
Yeah, like,
the whole system's a game.
It's all corrupt. Like, it doesn't matter what side you're on, Republican, Democrat, Green Party, doesn't matter. Anybody in government is... They all have their own agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're humans. They're greedy. We are by nature. When somebody walks up to you and they're like, I'll give you and your grandchildren, like, $10 billion for you to come out and say this about this person, then you'll be set. Why would you not? I would. If somebody's giving you a large amount of money to do something, you're probably going to do it. It doesn't matter who you are, especially if you're down bad.
Yeah.
Like, you got no other options. Somebody comes to you and fixes all your problems. Hey, listen, we'll get you in a house. You won't have to worry about your bills, clear down to your grandchildren. But I need you to go out here and start a riot at Target. Would you not?
I mean...
I would, 100%. You're telling me I will not get in trouble. I won't get arrested. Me, my kids, my wife, my grandkids are all taken care of. And you're going to put me in a new house in another state where I'll never be seen again, like, and I can start fresh. And all you want me to do is go in here and, like, start some shit? 100%.
Damn. I don't know. It'd be a pressure. I don't know.
You can't tell me that hasn't happened.
I mean, it's definitely happened.
Has to have
I don't know
happened.
if I'd personally do it, but...
I would do it for my kids and, like, all my... Yeah, 100%. Not even a question. It is so easy to manipulate like people in this country because we're all like that is the biggest American lie is that like this is the greatest place. It is a great place. Don't get me wrong. Like we're not well.
I mean, it's one of the freer.
It boils down to this is a pretty amazing place. Regardless of all the shit that goes on, all the bad things you see on TV, it is a good, like, I could literally get up right now and fly to wherever I wanted to go and see whatever I wanted to see, and nobody could really stop me. It's a free country. It is. Right. Now, you might have some things happening, or, like, know some people that shit happens in every country. But, in the same breath, you're not going to get your hand chopped off for stealing, like, an apple from Walmart like you would in other countries.
Right.
And we don't have, like, a dictator. No matter what anybody says about whoever's president, regardless of who's president, we don't have a dictator. Like, it's still, like, I can hop on and call you. We have internet. We have social media. As much as those things are toxic for our brains, we still have access to pretty much everything.
Facts.
I mean, I'd rather get surgery here than, like...
Guatemala.
Yeah.
Somewhere crazy. Yeah, I mean... I don't know. It's just...
Everybody's always going to have, like... You can fight all of the points that I just made. You can. Right. Because there are opposites to everything. You know? Every positive comes with a negative. But... You know, at the end of the day...
Overall, everybody's just looking out for...
themselves.
Yeah. Like, they're...
But at the end of the day, like, we're all human. We all have our own problems. We've all got, like, our own worries. When you lay down at the end of the day, you're not worried about my problems. And when I lay my head on my pillow, I'm not worried about your problems. I just know we're buddies. We're all essentially working towards the same thing on this planet. Like, we might as well just get along. Like, there's no sense in, like, hating people.
Facts.
Like, really, all you do, like, when you hate somebody... is just hurting yourself because you really think they give a shit that you hate them.
Right. And
they don't.
You're just wasting your energy at that point.
Yeah, because they still go on throughout their day. They do what they need to do with their time, and like, they don't really care. So stop hating, stop loathing. Just be happy and like try to look for the positive sides of things. And it really does help. Like when you start looking at the positive and realizing like, yeah, like this sucks, but like me being mad about it's not gonna solve anything. Nothing. Like you being mad doesn't solve nothing except make your day worse.
Exactly. And honestly, like I hate to be that guy, but like being fit helps so much with your mood.
100%.
Like before I went to the gym, I woke up pissed off every single I was a menace. Like
you were.
I was so angry all the time, man.
You
like,
were, dog.
I'd get so hyped up on caffeine, I'd just start punching stuff. Like it's crazy. But since I've gone to the gym and I've kind of like worked on being healthier, like I feel a lot more like I can control myself.
It feels cleaner. Like to me, like my process of thinking is cleaner. My like day-to-day life is easier because I just feel like my body, like I pee clear. Like right. I feel so good. It like doesn't burn when you're pissing. Like when you drink like 6 Mountain Dews and you've been eating corn chips all day. Like it feels good to like drink water. Like your body is 70% water.
Right.
You need water. Drink it. Like you're made of it. Drink some water. If you haven't drank your water today, drink some water because you need water. I've really been on the water. I've been drinking like a gallon of water, like trying to make a gallon of water every 2 days.
I usually go through about 5 or 6 water bottles a day.
Yeah, dude. It's just water's just the way to go. Water's so good.
It is.
Sweet tea's good. I mean, it's got sugar and stuff in it, but sweet tea's better than pop at least.
Facts. Sometimes.
Sometimes it depends on how you make your sweet tea. Yeah. But
sugar, just sugar.
But like, it really does feel good to be healthy. Your body's not made to be unhealthy. Like. Right. You're just not. You're physically... Look at, like, throughout history, fat people didn't exist much because you didn't survive.
There was a time where if you were fat, you were viewed as rich.
Yeah, because they didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But why... I think it was Socrates, the philosopher, who was saying that, like, what a shame it would be for man not to see, like, what his full potential is. And, dude, that makes... It, like, when I read that, it, like, changed my whole, like, everything. Like, why would you not want to see your pure, absolute maximum potential? Like, why would you not? You want to get to be 80 years old and be like, man, like, I really wish that, like, I'd have got fit just to see what I could have done. Like, man, I really wish I'd have tried this or tried that. Like, try things. Just because it doesn't work out doesn't mean it's a failure. At least you tried it.
Exactly. It's all experience. Like
Experience as much as you can. Like, you need to experience things, because if not, and even like, let's say like music. I want to try music, and we've made some songs together.
Mm-hmm.
I might not be the best. I'm not gonna be the next like Drake or Chris Brown or like whoever, but like certain experiences stem from those paths. So like that might not be your like end all be all, but like you could end up doing like radio, and that could be like the best thing that's ever happened to you, just because you started singing and you met this person and their dad owned, whatever.
Connections are key, big time.
Yes.
Big time.
Yes. It is all about who you know. Like, actually, it is all about who you know. So get out and meet and do as much as possible, because like I said, like, just because it doesn't work out doesn't mean it's a failure. Like, I think when people start projects, they're like, I have to make it to this point, or like I'm not going to be happy.
Right.
Like,
which is why so many people start YouTube and then they quit 2 months
and
later.
that's why people fail, because you're looking at like your absolute maximum. Like, when I'm like, I want to be an actor, immediately in my head I pop up like thinking of like being on the red carpet and like working with like Leonardo DiCaprio and like Chris Hemsworth and all like all those people. That is my immediate. But like, before I get here, there could be like 1,000 awesome things that happen that like it's all about the journey. Like, the journey is just, you got to fall in love with like the journey. You have to, because once you get to where you're going, you're gonna look back and be like, well, now I made it. So like, now what? You have to be happy when you get there. That's why money doesn't buy happiness. Money can buy things that like temporarily make you happy. Like, you can go and buy a jet ski. Had a blast on a jet ski. Jet ski is one of the funnest things I've ever done.
Oh, yeah.
But I was down bad when I was doing it. When I had to return the jet ski, I still went home and like was depressed that night.
Yeah, gave you that serotonin.
Yeah, money doesn't buy happiness. You have to be internally happy. I'm not saying like if your dad died, money's not gonna make you like your dad come back. So money doesn't buy happiness. Like, you have to get over the fact that your dad's dead, and then your $1 million is probably gonna help with that. But like,
I mean, like when I worked at Carino's in high school, my boss at the time, he told, because he knew I made YouTube videos, everybody there watched my videos and stuff, and he was saying, he's like asking me if I made any money off of it. I was like, yeah, not a whole lot. Like, I was making like $2 a month at the time, and he's like, well, I mean, are you happy doing it? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's all that matters. He's like, I'm a manager at a pizza shop. I don't have the greatest car or the nicest house, but I'm happy doing what I'm doing. He's like, I get along just fine. I'm like,
yeah,
bro. Like, ever since I heard that, like, it just replays in my head every time.
it's wild. Like, people are just, I don't know, and it really freaks me out that like we're all just gonna die. Like, that is it. Like, we are eventually gonna die. One day you're just gonna die. So like, we just take things so seriously.
For real.
Like, why are you being so serious?
Why so serious?
Yeah. You're wondering how I got these scars. Dude, the chat's busting and we're not even.
Yeah, it's John and Josiah. Said sausages? What kind? I got turkey sausage last night.
Damn, everyone I'm on.
Yeah.
No, you took that to another. I don't even know what they're talking about at the moment. But
Yeah, I have no idea.
what were we just talking about?
Money doesn't buy happiness.
Yeah, but what was the last?
That's so scary to think.
That we're just gonna die one
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, why so serious? Yes, seriously.
For
Like,
real.
why be so worried about like what this person has or what this person has? Like, I used to very much judge myself to my friends. So like, when I was hanging out with like Riley and Christian and Jeremy and all these guys, they had all these nice like $30,000 cars.
Right.
And I had like my Miata and my Mini Cooper at the time. And I felt so like just shitty all the time, because like I was trying to compare where I was with them, and it was just constantly eating away at my mental every single day. Because I'd be sitting there like, they'd have like touchscreen and like backup cameras and like heated seats, and I get in the like Miata and the like roof's leaking water.
Right.
But once I started, because then that was when I got my job at Sprint and in Finks and stuff, and I was making like $700 a week. So then I started going out and buying like all this material shit that I didn't need. I had 3 cars at one time, 2 motorcycles, I had a PlayStation and an Xbox and a gaming PC with the VR. I had like an apartment. I had like all this stuff.
You got that boosted board in Virginia
I got
Beach.
the boosted board. I had all this shit, and I was the most unhappy I had ever been. But I was getting all the stuff that all those guys had.
Right.
You gotta stop judging yourself on what other people have and like where they're at in life.
Find what genuinely makes you happy.
Yeah, like,
and what you want.
and
to
it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Like something that makes you happy might not make me happy, but
Right.
that doesn't mean you're a shitty person for enjoying it.
Exactly.
Like anime, dude. Anime's really cool. Like I wish I'd have watched it in high school, but I made fun of kids that watched it. Why was I making fun of the kid running through the hallway with those arms behind him? He looked like he was having a blast, dog. I wish I'd have ran through the hallway with my arms back.
Right.
Like,
He had a busting childhood.
exactly. Like he had to have been, but he got made fun of. Why were we making fun of him? No reason. We
Right.
had no reason to make fun of him. We were jealous because we wouldn't run through the hallways.
Yeah.
He didn't care what we thought, and we were jealous of that.
Honestly.
When I started filming, I didn't want to film in public because I was like scared of what people. Oh, that kid's got a camera. Yeah, I do. So, like, yes.
Right.
And I will remember being here for the rest of my life when you wake up tomorrow shit faced on your floor and have no idea how you got there.
Mm.
Like, I'll remember all the stuff I did during my childhood or my young adult years because I've recorded it. That's why I film everything. Like, because I don't care what people think. And when I'm 80 and I can look back and remember what I did growing up, like, that's on me.
For real. That's like, I'm so thankful I've been doing it for as long as I have. Like, I can literally go back and see where I was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And like watch myself grow up throughout the years and what games I was playing, I talked about my entire day every time I played Minecraft survival games.
Dude, if you can master the art of really not giving a shit, you've won.
Facts.
Because once you start not caring what everybody else thinks, you're in your whole other league.
You can literally
dude.
do whatever you want to a point, but like,
Yeah, and that's another thing. You literally can do whatever you want. You can. There are just repercussions for things, but like, there's no one stopping. You might be limited to like money or like transportation and stuff like that, but you can always walk. You can always sell like all your stuff. Like you could literally today sell your bed, your TV, sell all your stuff and move. And nobody's stopping you. Like nobody can actually, I mean, yeah, if you're not 18, you can't do it.
Yeah.
But we live basically in like Grand Theft Auto. And
we don't even realize it.
we can literally go, like me and you could go right now, get in your Jeep, go to like Pataskala, or not Pataskala, Pickerington, and go climb that rock wall and like look over Lancaster.
Right.
We could just do that. And that's insane. Like go and like climb this big rock and like look over a city. We can literally do that. But like we're just stuck at like, oh, like I hate this job, I hate these shoes, I hate my mom, I hate this and that, I don't have this.
Right.
Look at all the shit you do have though. You're alive.
Exactly.
If you can complain that like you don't have the nicest phone, you got a phone. So you're already like doing better than like 45% of the world. Because like there's kids in Africa, not even Africa, there are kids in like Guatemala and China and like all this stuff that are like poor and don't have anything. Because some kids, there's like 7% of the world can't read at all. Like that's insane. Be happy. And I know it's hard. Because I've been in the hospital for like a total of 2 months. Like I was in the hospital bed and yeah, I was unhappy. I was unappreciative. But like I should have appreciated that I was alive and that I was in there getting help and that like, you know, I was cognitive. I wasn't brain dead or like have cancer.
Yeah.
Like I can keep my Crohn's under control. I just got to do what I need to do. Yes, it sucks. But like I appreciate that I get the shots that suck that keep me alive. Like
Exactly. Like I don't know, dude. I just feel like everybody's kind of got stuck in the same system. Because like you go through school, you learn stuff that, sorry, never use in my entire life. Like
honestly though, like they're always like, you're gonna need to know long division. How many
Never.
times did you use long division before you got your teaching job?
Right.
Never once, I guarantee it. Why in the world would I ever, like what if you're going to be an engineer or a math teacher or like somebody who's going to use
Right.
that, good for you. I
Literally.
never ever wanted to do that.
Literally, they say school's not rocket science. I think it is. Because, like, I haven't used a single thing with math or science, really.
Like, English is important. You should have to take English.
English is good.
I use English every single day. I read words. I write. I type. That stuff is important. It really is. Like,
and some
everybody...
of the stuff in government.
In the government, you should definitely have to take a government class and history class. Because if you don't learn your history, it's doomed to repeat itself.
Right.
So you need to know the government, the people that are really running everything. You should probably know like a lot about that. And you need to know the history because you need to see what's happened in the past so you don't do that in the future. But like you should not be like you should probably learn until like 5th grade math. Because like yeah, you need to know how to count money, you need to know how to tell time, you need to do those things. But like if you're not working, like I have never once. And I sold people vehicles that they could go out and die on like that day and never once used anything that I learned in high school.
Right.
Like English, I learned how to read, like what I needed to do. I needed to know how to fill out the form. Like writing is important, but like.
But one thing that they never taught us in school is how to pay taxes.
I didn't know. I still don't know how to balance a checkbook. I don't know how to do my own taxes. I only know how to change a tire and stuff because I like working on cars. Like I know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm stupid when it comes to cars. I know nothing about cars at all.
Yeah,
like I literally.
You to cars is me to like setting up and
bro,
editing stuff.
Facts though. Like, listen, I pulled up to Jiffy Lube to get my oil change. They told me to pop the hood. I started looking. I was like, I don't see the button.
No, bro,
yeah,
it's
dude.
the laugh.
I know. So I like got out and they did it, and I looked at him. I was like, I'm just a dumbass. I'm sorry. And I shut the door. And like, I could hear them laughing under my Jeep, and I was like, wow.
Hey, bro, listen. How many times have I needed you to physically come to my home to set up the stream and stuff? Like, yeah, I think that's a good example. Like me to cars or you to cars is me to technology, basically.
And obviously, if you enjoy something, you're going to gravitate towards
exactly.
Something
they
like
should
that.
have a better system.
Yeah.
To where like when you think like when they're like, hey, you're more of a creative kid, you should have like pottery and art and all that stuff and that fun, good, like nice stuff that's gonna help you like become what you need.
Right.
Like I like sales. I like talking to people. I'm a very creative person. That's why I like doing photography and acting and the YouTube and all this stuff. I hated like math. I failed every math I ever took until my senior year, and that's because Mr. Brown took me across the hall when we were testing and would basically do the equation on the board and give us everything but the actual answer. So like that's the only reason I passed. I am terrible at math. I can count money.
Yep.
I can do like time. I can't do like any equations in my head. Like ask me a simple equation right now. Anything.
126 minus 43.
126.
Yep.
So it would be 83.
I don't even know.
What did you say?
126 minus 43.
Oh!
Hey, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
See, I can do some like some simple math.
I surprised myself the other night. I did long subtraction on a piece of paper.
Oh, I know you showed me the paper.
Dude.
That was cool.
I was actually genuinely like surprised, and I was happy with myself.
We should probably read this.
Yeah. Money is a byproduct. Money should be used to enjoy this life we have, because at the end of the day, once you're dead, money is useless. So, dude, honestly, that's a good point. Like, money really is pointless, dude. I hate
know.
money.
That's why.
I
like
hate
when I bought
money.
my Harley, everybody was like, "Why would you buy a Harley? Like you're 21. Like why would you do that?" And I'm like, dude, like the money will come back.
Right.
You'll always get the money back. If you really do work for it, you can always get the money back.
Exactly.
Would it be cool to be rich? Yeah. How do you get rich? You save your money.
Right.
But
exactly.
you could be a penny away from being like the first millionaire in your family, have an instant heart attack and die right there, and never get to use any of it.
Yep.
Or you can budget a little bit, save, and go on a vacation every 6 months. Or like little vacations every 6 months, or do one big vacation a year.
Exactly.
It's not hard to save for a vacation if you actually watch your budget, create a savings, whether that's a piggy bank, a bank account, something, saving your change. It doesn't matter. Me and Cassidy have started taking all of our change and putting it in a thing. We are up to like $100, and it was like a month ago.
Right.
It's easy to do that stuff. The money is not important, and we've become so like. That is like honestly the root of all evil. Like
everything costs money.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you gotta eat, gotta buy food, gotta buy drinks, gotta pay bills, gotta like buy gas.
So
go someplace.
I was thinking the other day. It's kind of a funny story, but I was sitting there thinking. This is probably about a year ago, actually, not the other day. But I was sitting there thinking. I was like, dude, why can't we all just continue living how we're living, but like take money out of the equation? So like. Still go to work at the grocery store and like hand people their food and stuff. But like you can just have what you want I was like, the world would still work, like if we all just kept going and like doing what we were doing, and like, but then that's why socialism doesn't work,
Yeah.
because not everybody would keep doing what they're doing if they knew
Right.
that they would just be able to keep their stuff.
Yep.
And then you would get like one person working, and then all production would stop, and nobody would be making food, nobody would be delivering food. We would stop being able to go to McDonald's because nobody at McDonald's would go to work, and then it would all
It'd
just
be-
crumble. So money is necessary for us to run now in the system that we're in, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like, we should still all just be vibing. Like, have you ever seen Moana?
Yeah.
Now the villagers are just chilling on the island, just doing their work, but they're
Mhm.
all just happy to be alive. That's how it should be, but it's not, and it'll never be able to be like that,
Ever.
just because we're so like deep, and there's so much corruption, and just
It's a mess. It really is.
when you start thinking about it, it's just a wreck.
And I mean,
Because there's no coming back from this
right.
without like a world-changing event where like something would have to change. Like if aliens were to come down and be like, we created you guys, you're a science project, that would probably be the only thing that could like change. Or if like God came down and was like, all right, rapture time, and like half of us get raptured, then shit would have to change.
Yeah.
But nothing is going to change with like just like a little bit of hope and will. Like, I hate to say it, but
Like at the end of the day, you can't just worry about the future of the world. You just gotta chill in the moment, be happy with what you're doing, and just try to better yourself every day. And
Yeah.
then want to leave behind a legacy that your kids can, just live in. Which that's my biggest goal. Like when I die, I want like my name to live on for years after. Like not even like just fame and fortune for my family, but just like I want people to just care about, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to sound
No, I get it.
Yeah.
The other day I was thinking about if I died, like who would come to my funeral, which I know is like a super dark thought, but it wasn't in like a depressing way. I was like, man, if I died, like I was thinking about people that would actually show up, and I was like, oh, Boulder and like Cassidy and my family, and
Yeah.
but then you start thinking about like people who like you've affected like farther out, like Grayson and them would probably come, Gabe would probably come, like all my high school people, they would probably come. Like even if I wasn't the best friends with them, they would probably like when Zach died, like people that like our whole graduating class was there, and I'm sure he wasn't friends with everybody, but like it affected me, and I had only talked like we weren't friends, but like I had known him and I had had conversations with him. So I think of like all the people that like people at work would probably come, and you just start thinking about all the people that would be like if they found out that you had passed away. Been like, oh my god, like because think about the stuff that we've read that we've been like, oh my god, bro,
Yeah, dude.
like that's crazy.
For real. It's, and I feel like, I don't know, we live in a world where,
We live in a society.
well, I mean, it feels like when you die, you immediately become famous now. Like, not like if you're trying to make music, or like, up and coming, right?
Yeah, if you're like doing anything like trying to up and come, like as soon as you die, that's like the
Yeah.
first like if you were to die,
You become famous after you die.
bro, if you were to die today, they would be like aspiring YouTuber Bouldini, like they would
Yeah.
like
They'd hype you up.
and then
yeah.
your page would go like super viral for like maybe 6 months,
Right.
and then everybody would just forget again.
Yep.
Like we are a society of what have you given me lately? So
Right.
like musicians, your favorite musician, you get tired of hearing them, and they're like,
Mhm.
"Well, when's your next song coming out? Like, what have you done?" Like, and like making videos, they're like, "Well, I'm not gonna subscribe to you because you haven't made a video in the last 2 weeks." Like,
Right.
It's a what have you given me lately? Which I mean, that's when you're trying to sell a product, you're always like, "Well, this is what I can give you in return for this."
Mhm.
But then it gets so like, it's not even about like the product anymore. It's just like, gimme, 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 like, That's like at Bears, like it. I don't know where I heard this, but I thought it was a really good example. Is when you go to Yellowstone, there are signs not to feed the bears, because you start feeding the bears, and then the bears get dependent on the
Mhm.
people visiting the parks, and then like when a pandemic happens and nobody can go to the parks to feed the bears are going to start starving and start like wandering out of the park to find other food and stuff, which I feel like is kind of like how our society's working. Like we're giving all these people welfare and giving them handouts, and which is fine. Like welfare is a good idea if it were used properly,
Right.
but you cannot sit here and tell me that people don't abuse the system. It is in our nature. We get greedy. So we're like, what can we do? Because you want to do less work and get more. And I feel like if you need welfare, because I have seen people use welfare and benefit from it, get back into the working force and get off welfare and get back into society. But people will sit there and just have like 10 kids, get like 10 welfare checks, and then just sit there and just sit on the system, which is kind of like feeding those bears. Because like one day our government's going to fall. It's just going to happen, whether that's a revolution, whether it's they destroy themselves, whether the country as a whole is destroyed by like another country. Like if we go to war with Russia and nuclear fallout happens, one day the government's going to fall. It just is. It's inevitable. And all these people that have been fed and not worked and just sat around all day have no more food being shipped to them and have no job and have no work experience and have all this shit. They're going to die.
Right.
Like, I've got like, I have experience with this, but I'm not going to use like my exact, because then I just feel wrong talking about it on live. But as an example, I know this person that their whole life have been using this other person. And when this person has been taking care of this person their whole life dies, this person is going to have nothing. Like no family, no job, no money, nothing. Right. No place to live. So like what are they going to do? Because I've sat and I'm like, well, like I'm not helping them. Like they're staying with me. Like so when they like that happens, they got nothing. And that's terrible. That's why I like being self-sufficient. That's why like I love not having to have somebody like come pick me up, or like I love not having to ask somebody for money. Like if I want it, I can go and get it. If I need it, if I need that, like you have to be self-reliant. Yeah. You just have to.
It's impossible to get along without it, because then that's where entitlement starts.
Exactly.
Because if you've been relying on someone for so long, once they go away, you're going to expect it from someone else.
Like when I went from driving like the Fiesta, when I started driving that Toyota truck, it had rust on it, was loud, no touchscreen radio, like crank windows, the heat barely worked. I felt so humble that like I fell in love with driving that truck, because like I felt like not superior. I felt like shit driving it until I realized like this is what I need. It like leveled me. Like it doesn't matter what you drive. And now like dude, I used to drive and be like, oh look at that shitty car. Like this dude would race me and I'd be like, dude, get shit on, and I would just like outrun him. But like that could have been like his only car. What if he paid for that and he's really happy about that car? Like it doesn't matter.
He's all proud of it. He's like, ah. And you're like,
yeah. But like,
no,
but yeah, but like you cannot, like, again, material items don't matter. Like it doesn't matter what he has and what I have. At least he has a car. I don't have a car right now. Right. I wish I'd have had his shitty car or that truck or like whatever. I just have 2 bikes. Yeah. Nobody needs 2 bikes. Unless you're like rich and you have like one Harley and one like play bike or whatever, like one cruiser and one. I'd rather have a jet ski, to be honest.
Would be more fun.
Yeah, so I guess the grand scheme of all things today is material items don't matter, and neither does anybody's opinion. So just be happy with yourself. Thanks. And your life will be way easier. Nothing's really that serious.
Just keep on rolling. That's
you just got to keep moving forward.
There is no breaks or reverse in life.
Isn't that crazy? I had like an existential crisis the other day thinking about that, like how you will never ever get to go back and have that same moment again.
It is crazy. It really makes you like look around and appreciate, because you're like, damn, like
you really, you gotta live in the moment. This. Like the beginning of this podcast is already gone, done. Can't go back and get it. Can't like we can rewatch it, but we can never come back to that exact moment. You really are like when you experience something for the first time, like that's crazy. Like it'd be the only time. I mean, you might be able to go skydiving and feel that adrenaline rush and be crazy, but nothing will ever be like the first time. Because you didn't know what to expect your first time.
And the crazy thing is, we only know the present.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what's going to happen in 5 seconds.
You can try, like, predict it. I mean, for the most part, it's gotten easier and easier to predict, like, what will happen, like, weather and stuff like that. But, like, you never actually know. You never know. Like, you never know. Anything could happen. Right. Crazy things have happened to me. Like, things that shouldn't have happened. But they did. You never know. Like, you can predict. You can hypothesize, you can try to project it, you can hope for it, you can wish for it, you can pray for it. Manifest it, but you truly never know.
Thanks.
That's wild.
It is crazy. You only know the present.
Everybody's on here like, what the fuck? What's wrong with these guys?
If someone doesn't appreciate your presence, make them miss it. Facts. Facts. Is that beard one of the... What?
Is that beard one of the terrible things? I have no idea.
Nah, Dak's beard's grown in. Come on now. It actually is filling in on the side.
I was looking. I saw a picture the other day where it like wasn't connected to like the sides, and now it's like it is. I was gonna shave it because it was getting curly, but I think I'm just gonna let it go because it's starting to like straighten out again.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Beard gang. I'm probably gonna trim mine about half length of what this is. You're
Really?
saying? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I need to shave my neck too. It's always so fucking hairy. He missed the clean shaven jawline.
Not anymore.
It's never coming back.
It's probably it probably won't. I'll probably always have like a little bit of hair.
Yeah, I
would like to grow a better mustache, dude. I cannot, but I'm starting to work.
Mine took forever to fill in. But
Dude, since I've been working out, like I've really been. It's like growing in a lot thicker, but nobody in my family has a beard. Dad grew out, but his is like real straight and looking. But
yeah.
Nobody like wears a beard regularly in my entire family, and I've always wanted one.
I love my beard.
I didn't grow any facial hair until like a year ago, anyway. So we're working on it.
Hell yeah, we getting there. It's all that testosterone in the gym.
It really is though, because like my leg hair, I've got way more leg hair than I've ever had in my life.
I hate having to wear pants all the time because then it just rubs off.
Dude, getting out of the shower and putting on some long socks and then wearing those long socks for the day, and then when you get home, you take those things off and your hair is like
flat.
Stuck to. Oh, didn't you get scratched? Dude, a good leg scratch after some long socks. Oh my god, that shit's busted.
It's the little things.
It is the little things, man. I've really appreciated the little things in life lately. Like just the green lights that you hit, like I don't like anything. Just it's when things just work out. It just feels fantastic.
But then when it doesn't feel fantastic. Kind of.
Yeah, but if you look at things always from like a positive standpoint, really nothing can go. Like I read this story the other day, and I've actually really really liked it. But it's about this farmer, and one day, one of his horses gets out of the stable, and the townspeople come up and they're like, "Oh man, like that's so terrible. Like one of your horses got away." And he's like, "Maybe." And then the next day, the farmer wakes up, and here comes his horse with 6 other horses, and they all just come back. So now the farmer has like 6 horses. And the townspeople come out and they're like, "Oh my god, that's great! Like, wow, you have 6 new horses."
Right.
And he's like, "Well, maybe." And the next day, the farmer and his son are out, and they're maintaining and getting control of all these horses and stuff. And his son's riding one into the stable, and he falls off and he breaks his arm. And the townspeople come up and they're like, "Oh my god, like that's terrible! Like your son broke his arm." And he's like, "Well, maybe, like maybe." So then
all you can say is maybe.
No,
man,
hold
we're
on,
trying
hold
to
on.
conversate.
So the next day, the Army's recruiter come through, and they're recruiting any healthy young men for the draft. And since the farmer's son fell off the horse and he had a broken arm, his son didn't get taken to the draft. So there's always like if you look at things from a bad point of view, like it's always going to be bad. And if you look at things from a good point of view, you're going to be disappointed most of the time. But if you look at things when there's always, maybe, like you never know, like something could, it's bad, but like later down the road, like, I think I started looking at things a lot differently after like I broke up with Casey, because like it really put me through, like that was one of the first like experiences in my life where I had to like be on my own, and I didn't have a lot to like rely on. So then I started like meditating and really like sitting and looking at things like that. But like back then, I thought that was like the end all be all, like that was the worst thing in my life. But if I'd have looked at it like, well, maybe, like now look, I'm with Cassidy, I'm happier than I've ever been, like I weigh more, I'm healthier, all because I went through that and I had to be down bad to like work for what I wanted again.
Exactly.
So like if you look at things from like a maybe standpoint, maybe you getting that flat tire is a bad thing, but maybe if it didn't go flat, a mile down the road you got hit by a semi truck that had wrecked there while you were changing your tire. There's always good with the bad, and there's always in turn going to be bad with the good, but you got to take things with a grain of salt and just
it's all about flipping negative energy into a positive and just trying to use that to motivate you to keep going forward. And don't dwell on the past, because then
you can't change it.
Exactly.
You can always try, like if something happened in your past, like fix it. Like, you can always fix it, but you can't change what's happened. What's happened is done. There's nothing, no matter how much you're mad about it and how much you worry about it, no matter who you tell.
But you can change what's about to happen.
Yeah. Like, you can always try to fix your situation. Call that person. Tell them you're sorry. Be the bigger person.
Facts.
Oh, God. I just thought of a few people that I should...
We just get him live on here and just start confessing.
Yeah, have you ever seen, like, in Billy Madison, when he's like, he calls that dude and he's like,
Yeah,
hey, I just want... He puts on the lid. He ends up shooting that guy, bro. He's like, hey, I just wanted to apologize. I was really mean to you in 3rd grade. And he's like, thanks, man. That really means a lot. And he crosses him off his hit list, bro. Seriously, though, like...
You never know. Like, that's a scary thing. Like,
you got to think, like, no matter how much you hate a person, and I'm not saying, like, go out and give them 100 chances. Girls are going to watch this and be like, oh, my God, my boyfriend cheated on me. Like, I got to make that. No. Realize when something's bad and, like, remove yourself from the situation. But, like, I guess what I'm saying is don't hold grudges. Yeah. You might not even, I'm not saying, like, forgive them and then, like, be best friends with them, you know? Because don't. Like, that's negative for you, and that's going to probably end up bad again. Right. But forgive them, like, internally. Like, if somebody hurts you, like, if you're holding a grudge, like, that's only hurting you. Most of the time, they don't even remember that what they did to you was wrong. Yep. And, you know, so you just gotta, like, stop worrying. Stop hating. Everybody's just trying to live.
Deadass. We're all just trying to figure out life.
What would you do if we figured it out? I don't even want to figure it out. Yeah. Because that's Dude, scarier than not figuring it out.
That's the biggest, like, why would you, I feel like becoming successful kind of kills it.
That's why you got to fall in love with the journey.
Right.
Because once you make it, well, then you've made it. So then what?
Exactly. And the work doesn't stop at the top.
No, you can always be better.
Facts. That doesn't mean you got to hate yourself because you're not better yet.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement. No matter how good you are now, you could always be better. You could.
Facts.
Like, I'm starting to, like, finally look at, like what I look at the gym, but I can definitely be better. Hell yeah. But I'm not mad that I'm not there yet.
Start juicing. Oh, no.
Start steroid in the locker room, bro. No, I would never. I'm on enough medication. I hate it.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to have, like, a heart attack or nothing.
So I told my mom, I was like, you don't have to ever worry about me doing, like, any, like, hard drugs or anything because, like, I don't even like taking the drugs that keep me alive, like the shots and stuff. So, like, you don't have to worry about me taking pills or, like, snorting nothing because I don't like anything in my... I don't even take the, like, Mucinex stuff in my nose. I don't take nothing. So I was like, I'm a straight... You don't got to worry about me. I'm good.
Yeah, needles freak me out anyway, so...
Yeah, I hate needles, bro.
But, like, I've really tried to change my mind into... Because the saying you are what you eat is so true. 110% true. Like...
Yeah, but not in the literal sense that everybody thinks it is. Like you're a pussy, and they're like, you are what you eat. Like, that...
Well, yeah, I mean...
No. Like, I know. I'm saying, like... But everybody's going to think that they're like, oh, you eat hamburgers. Like, it's not that. It's not that. It's... Yeah. If you eat healthy, you're going to in turn be healthier. Exactly. So, like, if you eat a hot dog, like, you're not a weenie. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Dude, I know exactly what you mean. Because on Alex's meal plan and his, the workout program Road to Ripped I was on, he was talking like, oh, you can eat whatever you want. And, like, I tried to do that, but I just felt like dog shit after I ate whatever I wanted.
I'm no offense to Alex or anything like that, but I don't think that anybody can give you a meal plan and a workout plan for you. Because, like, your workout plan and your meal plan is going to be much different than mine, and he was going to give us both the same thing. Yeah. I can't do that. And I am specifically, like, my thing has to be internally special because of my Crohn's. Like, I can't eat some of the things that you can eat. Yeah. Or, like, I can't do... Like, I'm not even supposed to be working out like we do. Like, my doctor was like, probably don't. Because she's like, how much do you work out? And I was like 2 hours every single day except Saturday and Sunday. And she's like, you probably shouldn't. And I was like, you probably shouldn't tell me what to do. But
I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like 3 times a week, lifting at least is good.
Yeah, like, I like to do, like, weights and then, like, legs or something, or abs. And then, like, weights and then, like, legs again. And then, like, weights. Like,
I mean, technically, legs is weights.
Yeah, but it's different. I don't know.
That's why I do cardio and abs in between, like, my lifting days.
I hate doing cardio.
I hate cardio too, but it's good for your heart. And
I like boxing. I need to hang up my boxing bag again.
I need to get tape for my knuckles because I always end up tearing them up.
Dude, I always break the skin on these two, and that's because I must hit like with that part of my hand.
I always be like hooking and then like rips my skin off. It's great.
It's fantastic. I love it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm trying to eat really healthy. Like I'm tired of feeling like crap, and like I feel like if I ate better, I wouldn't rely on caffeine so much for energy because I'm getting it from the foods that I'm eating.
Yeah.
And I'd be saving a lot of money. Like, I mean, we literally went to Walmart together last night and spent.
We both spent like $200.
Yeah.
Collectively, it was like $600.
Yeah. It was crazy. Like I've never bought that much at Walmart. Like food wise.
I've never bought that much from my like specifically gone and bought that much food ever.
Yeah.
Ever in my life have I ever gone and like I've gone to the grocery store with my parents and been like, oh, I'll eat this and thrown it in with their stuff. I have never gone to the store and bought myself that much food. But we're gonna eat for like the next 3 weeks.
For real.
And
it felt so good though.
I figured it out. I was spending I was spending about $30 a week on food at just Dairy Queen, like while I was working. Jeez. So that does not include the shit I was buying at GNC, the stuff we were buying after we worked out, the stuff that we would go and like while we were doing like this, go out and eat. Like I'm spending probably close to like $100 a week on just food. I just spent that last night and it'll last me like 3 weeks.
Facts.
So I just cut my spending in like a third.
Hell yeah. And I canceled the Dash Pass, so now I'm not tempted with food delivery.
I always thought that was overpriced. I have never DoorDashed ever.
Yeah. I like I love DoorDash.
Yeah. Dude, you be DoorDashing like all the time. I was like, dude.
Well, like at GNC, I can't just like leave. I don't really get to
They deliver straight to GNC?
Yeah.
Nice. That's kind of cool though.
Yeah. Except sometimes I think I said GMC, so they go to a car dealership. It's like, bro, like.
Bro, I gotta poop.
Jeez. Well, I mean, we've been live for like a little over an hour, so we can honestly.
We're good.
I think we're gonna end off the podcast here. Hopefully, you guys did.
That was a wild one.
Yeah,
that was a wild one.
We're kind of all over the place with topics, but hey, I called it random topics. So yeah, we out here, we busting. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this podcast. If you did, drop a like down below. Subscribe to Dax. Subscribe to myself. Go check out the Grind Gaming channel, Grind Productions. We got videos going up every week on Grind Gaming.
Multiple times a week.
So yeah, definitely stay tuned on the Grind Gaming Twitch as well. We've been streaming over there quite a bit, and my Twitch. Other than that, you got anything left to say?
No, I really gotta go to the bathroom though.
You go ahead. All right, guys. Go take your dump.
Goodbye. Thanks for hanging out.
Keep your heads high. Stay positive. Keep on rolling, Rock Squad. We love you. Deuces.